everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Full Court Press. We officially started the Recball season, and the games definitely did not disappoint. In the 9 o'clock slot, we have Breen versus Hillfinger, and Hillfinger won it pretty handedly, 49-23. So without further ado, let's talk about the game.
I'll start us off. Pretty dominant performance, obviously, by the score, 26-point win. But I think what we really learned, we learned more about Team Breen than Team Hillfinger in this game. We knew Team Hillfinger was going to be great. We knew they were going to score the ball. We knew they had a lot of weapons. But I don't think we realized how bad Team Breen is. Obviously, they didn't have Danny T. Great player, great defender. But I don't really see a lot of scoring. Outside of Tim, this team doesn't really have much on the offensive end.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised. 23 is very low, but I wasn't surprised when they didn't score that many points because they really don't have a clear-cut person to score their buckets when they need one. I thought that they would allow a little bit less than 49 points, but Hillfinger's a very good team. But they did miss their dog, Danny T, and I think that if Danny T's there, maybe Hillfinger wins 40-23.
I was disappointed, to say the least. Yeah, Team Breen, I gave a lot of credit to, thought they were going to be good going into the season. I still think they could turn it around, but I was disappointed on the offensive end, to say the least.
Yeah.
If anyone like produces a good 2-3 like Team Hillfinger does, and against Breen all year, it's gonna be rough because they don't have enough guard play. It looks like Tim is picking up the ball. I'm sure that's what he wants to do, but he needs some help, I think, around the perimeter. And it's the offense. Just watching the game, it was stagnant. No one was moving. No one really knew how to break the 2-3. So I just think, it's just.
To that point, Tim was literally on the court kind of telling his players where to be and how to break the zone. Yeah. So they don't really have too much guidance there right now.
Yeah, so at the start of the season, I love Team Breen. I had him at 4 in my predictions. I was just talking to Ben Freeberg, one of the players, the other day, and he said that only 3 of their players scored.
Wow.
So I don't know the exact stats. I'm pretty sure Timmy Breen had 16, right?
It's 15,
15. Alex Friedberg chucked up a half-court shot, and it somehow went in. So that was their second leading scorer. And Ben Freeberg had maybe 2 or 3 points.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of scoring through the depth of their team. It's just the first game, so people might have the first game jitters. I feel like, Danny T wasn't there, everybody's dog of the week, so maybe when he comes back, the offense is more fluid.
I think the biggest disappointment, you can go.
Man, that was a joke. Team Hillfinger, we knew they were going to be good. But, Brendan Estefan laid the fattest goose egg I've ever seen.
That's what I was going to say.
0.
I think the biggest disappointment was Esta.
The biggest disappointment was that the scorebook gave him 3 on Facebook.
They gave him 3. He had 0 points. 0. The whole game. He has 32 minutes to score, and he scored 0 points. Wow. And that is who they thought was going to be their number 2 scorer. Talk about a letdown. And then Dan's good. Dan being there, I think, would not have added as much to the offensive side of the ball as to the defensive side. David and Eli didn't even have great games. David had 5 points, and they lose by 30. They got run out of the gym.
The first
I don't
half,
even think half the players
like
even knew the game was at 9. It's just, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Maybe people were a little bit tired.
Yeah. Sleepy game, definitely.
Oh, my God.
Moving on to the next 9 o'clock game, we have Snow versus Team Lombardo. Lombardo won 39-33. Max led the way with 17 points, which we expected. So, Max, tell us a little bit about your game.
Yeah, we got down early on. We were down, I think it was 23-14, second quarter. And we went on a run. We went on a 17-0 run. It was 31-23 by the end of the third quarter. We gave 0 points in the third quarter. We were not boxed out in the first half. Second half, we turned that on. I got a lot of my points in the first quarter, first half, keep us in there. And then Andrew and Kawe and Molesky and I think Rowan had a couple, and Adrian had a couple. They started getting going, and I think, and we all ultimately turned it around. Ryan Snell was very pissed off during the game. He was constantly getting mad. He was getting frustrated in the second half, so that was good. We frustrated one of their top scorers, Maluk. Underratedly, Maluk.
Great player.
Maluk had a great game.
Definitely.
He surprised me because I thought coming in, we'd have to stop Ryan's outside shot. We'd have to stop Seabass getting in the paint. We'd have to stop Camden driving. Oh, my God, I was guarding Maluk, and I was like, he had me running in circles because, I'm not a really good defender. I was guarding him, and I was like, man. Wow.
Yeah.
So I was pleasantly surprised by that. But overall, just a good game, and glad to see our team come out 1-0.
I have a question for you, Max. What's the dynamic on this team, because those 17 points were probably on 30, 35 shots maybe.
Oh, wow.
So I'm kind of wondering, is your team okay with that?
You said 30, 35 shots?
30, 35 shots, yeah.
No,
Max, when I attended the game, it's every possession, the ball's up out of your hands.
How many shots do you think I took legitimately?
Like 30.
Get out of here. No,
No,
literally.
I'll- Max,
lying.
maybe 30.
He's lying.
How many possessions are there in the game? 50, 60?
Sure, I did not shoot.
I think one
I did
every two
not
times you're
shoot
taking a
half the
shot.
possessions. No, I did not. I did not.
Okay. You saying
Because I would have had more points if I did. Yeah. No, Simon. That is blasphemy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, you think so?
ridiculous.
But
that is straight utter.
all right. So let's just say you had 25 shots, 20 shots.
No, that's BS. No.
Max, I don't think I'm mistaken.
I think you're over.
I think.
Yeah,
I
think he's over exaggerating.
I think it's an over-exaggerated, but I think 20 is a respectable number.
Did
I
you
think
watch
he
the
at least
game?
shot 20.
Did you watch the game?
20
Did you put
at
your,
best.
Did you put your
20 at
contacts in?
best.
Oh my God.
20. I'm just saying, your team's okay with you shooting that much?
If they're going in.
I mean, he's a primarily ball handler.
I was passing. I was dishing them out.
I will
you know,
say this. Backcourt was a lot better than I expected. You know, going
Thank
into
you.
this,
Thank
I did not expect Corshane and Max to mix well. I've said that
We're
many times
fine,
going into this
people.
podcast. You guys,
We're fine.
you guys,
I
were,
wanna-
you guys were fine.
We are totally fine.
But I will
they,
say,
they make the
hold on.
narrative and they're wrong.
Hold on, I wasn't really impressed. I wasn't. I mean,
Yeah, I mean we didn't play great. Yeah, you can say. I mean,
39-33
Yeah,
against
I
Snow.
agree.
Snow was ranked our 10th.
I agree,
team.
I agree.
I wasn't impressed. Who I was impressed with was Callaway. Callaway was all over the court the entire game.
Yes.
Like you said, like in the Facebook,
Shout out to
15
Callaway.
rebounds. If he can continue to play like that, you guys got some
Yes.
talent there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
overall, it's just I wasn't that impressed. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, I mean,
But
I think
the-
we did come out a little sloppy, but you know, we got the win. That's
Yeah,
all
It is
that
week
no,
one.
It is week
It's
one.
week one. It's a long season.
Hey, a win's a win.
Um,
I'm not trying
yeah.
to bring that down.
You know,
Win's a win.
at least I won this week. You know. So.
Oh. Hey, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
a
We'll
little
get
bit.
to that.
my God, I can't wait.
Hey,
right.
speaking
All right,
of
Max.
that.
Oh, yeah,
no, speaking of that.
Why don't you just take it? Take it away. I'll take it. Pause. Go for it.
Do you remember when I said last week? I said, "Do I do it?" I said, "Should I do it? Should I pick Team Tremblay against Team Tarzia?" And I was kind of kidding, and I didn't end up doing it. I almost picked them.
You know, I recall
And-
you saying Tarzia by as many points as they can score.
Because it was saying more about Team Tremblay, because I thought they were going to be awful, and maybe they still will be. But
Should we drop the score?
oh my God, yeah. Oh yeah, we haven't even. Yeah, they won.
Yeah. 52-50, Team Tremblay over Team Tarzia. Upset of the week. Actually, do we
Upset
want
of
to
the
call
year.
this an upset?
Upset of the
Man,
year.
I think
Do we
it's
want to call? I
Because I'm
we
going to
may
say.
have just
I'm going to say.
predicted Team Tarzia too
can I
high.
just-
According to Vegas, I think that was
Can I just say?
probably the worst.
Can I just
odds.
say? I think this says more about Team Tarzia. I mean, I'm watching this game and I'm like, man. Like
Max,
they-
get all out.
I
Get all out,
disagree,
Max.
bro.
Get
It's
all
just
out.
the what is? I mean, AJ got some, Andy got some. Like, who else could score?
I'm not saying, but Tremblay was a bigger statement than AJ losing.
100%.
Dude, that was the 12th
100%.
team.
Yeah.
It was unanimous too. We all thought they
Yeah,
were going to be the worst team.
we bashed on this team
Yeah.
the past 3 weeks.
I'll apologize to the camera right here, man.
AJ.
On behalf of all of us.
We were not familiar with your game.
AJ, at the beginning-
Not familiar with your game
Nope.
at all. And I apologize sincerely.
AJ,
Yep.
at the beginning of the season, I told Team Tremblay and Team Calderoni, like, don't care about the score, don't care about the wins, just have a fun season. I hope you guys have a fun season.
Wow.
Can we arrange a game? Tarzia versus Lombardo.
Change the schedule up a little bit.
Please.
Oh my God.
Max talks a lot.
I mean,
Y'all like,
No, we
y'all
deserve
like,
it. We deserve
you
it.
have anything? You have anything to say?
y'all like the.
I mean,
all-
AJ did have a good game.
All I gotta
He did have a
say,
good game.
all I gotta say is, the layups will fall. We were definitely rusty coming out. We dug ourselves a nice little 10-0 hole, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure they did not miss. Sean, Drew, Nick, and Noah all in double digits. In Recball, that's very impressive.
that's pretty impressive.
So this team came out very hot, and they moved the ball pretty well. They still were a little bit sloppy, so I had myself a nice little day on the steals, but we definitely couldn't convert. I easily could have had 30 points if I could just finish my layups. And I guess that's Recball, so on to Hackett.
Yeah.
On to Cincinnati, as one
AJ, when
wise
I was
man
sitting
once
on the
said.
sideline, I heard your coach, and he was talking about the only thing that you guys didn't do in practice is layups, right? Have you had your practice this week? Have you guys been working on your layups? Have you
Practice
guys-
today.
Practice
It's going to
today?
be a business trip. I'll tell you that. It's going to be a business trip. There will be no scrimmaging, no fooling around. It's a business trip. We took this one, and we're on to the next. We're not going to let it
You
happen
guys are
again.
like you guys are like the Chick-fil-A of the Rec Ball League because y'all don't show up on Sundays, man. Oh my God, y'all don't show. Y'all don't show up to work. Y'all don't show up to work on Sundays. You're like,
Relax. You beat Ryan Snow by 6 points.
You lost to Team Tremblay
Yeah.
by 2 points.
It's Team Tremblay, but is it Team
I will
Tremblay?
say-
Like, I feel like this team can be a legit
Team Tremblay. I just
4 to
want-
6. That's where I see him right now.
I'd like to apologize to Team Tremblay. However, it is a long season, so ride this one high and get back to
I will
work.
I will
Get
say
back
this
to
about
work.
Team Tarzia. I mean, your biggest weak point came out to light, and that was your height.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you didn't have Nate. Nate's going to be a good big for you guys, but you guys will look small out there. Tremblay kind of bodied you guys a little bit, and I didn't expect that coming out of a Hall
They were
freshman
not even
squad.
that tall either. They didn't have much.
No.
No, they had Sean's, Rue,
They're
Noah.
top
They're
three
pretty tall.
scorers, and I'll give you Nick Tremblay. We're all taller than our next biggest guy, next to like Mauricio.
Their height wasn't
and also
crazy, though.
James Barry didn't really show up, and I think that'll come with time.
A little distracted.
The shots really just didn't fall for him.
Yeah.
I see. We scored 50 points in a bad game, so I think that if we score like the wide open layups, and I mean like the wide open fast break layups that we missed.
Probably hard for him to focus during those games.
Oh, why is
All
that,
right,
Max?
Max. All right, Max. That's enough out of you. Just wait till week 2.
All right.
Moving on.
Moving on. Are you guys done with the slander? All right, Cespedes last. Cespedes won handily by 20 points, 53-33. Really what we expected.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, 100%. We said it before. If Joel doesn't score like 20, 25, this team has no chance. Team last. And I don't think he got there. What do you have, like 15 maybe?
Something
Yeah, it doesn't say.
And he
on
also
it.
had
16.
he also said he had 8 and 9 free throws.
Yeah.
So he wasn't really getting his shots outside the arc or in the mid range. So he was mostly, as he quoted, farming free throws the whole game and trying to get steals. So.
Yeah, I mean, and I think this just showed how good Team Cespedes is. I mean, we called it the big 3 at the start. Julian, Rahul, and Ayush. And I mean, they all showed out. 16 from Julian, 14 from Rahul, 13 from Ayush. This team's legit.
Yeah. I mean, balanced scoring. Rahul is Rahul the one with 14 points?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Green Sox.
Green
Yeah,
Sox.
it's Green
That's
Sox.
Green socks.
Green Sox.
Did he wear the green socks? I didn't have a chance to watch
We
this game.
we play Team Cespedes this week, but Team Cespedes, just they came out strong. You know, we said it coming in that they were gonna have a good big 3, and they all just, I mean, very balanced all around. I didn't actually get a chance to watch this game because I was in the other gym, but just from what I heard, like it was just like from start to finish,
Yeah.
they just mowed them down, and Joel wasn't able to do much. And,
Joel-
and we said
yeah.
coming in, if Joel doesn't do anything, Glass can't do anything.
Joel
so.
has to shake off some rust. I mean,
Yeah,
he
definitely.
didn't look like Joel, honestly. But I think that's just week 1.
I think we
he'll
all,
be fine,
everyone
but-
needs to rough off rust.
Yeah.
Right, AJ? Yeah.
Whoa,
Wow.
Max.
Wow.
Okay,
Max,
okay,
we moved
wow.
on.
Max.
I'm done.
17
Wow.
points
I'm
on
done, I'm
30
done.
shots, Max. Come on.
Wow.
I'm done.
Wow.
I'm done.
All right. Are you guys all set with Cespedes last?
Yeah.
Joel scores, this team wins. Joel doesn't score, they can't find a way to get a win.
That was probably our most accurate pick, top to bottom.
Definitely.
Like
Yeah.
Cespedes and last.
Moving into the late window, prime time, we have Hackett versus Martin. Hackett cleaned him up.
Yep.
59 points in week 1, which is pretty incredible.
Can I
59-32. Just go for it. Take it away.
Mikey, where you at?
Oh, wow.
6 points? Come on, Mikey. You're better than that. Hey, I know I've been hard on you, but man, you got to step it up. I mean, this team, Martin, not a terrible team, but they need some scoring. Jared had 10. Good on him, but after that, there's really nothing. So, Mikey, I'm calling you out once again. You got to be better.
You need to put an
I
asterisk
know,
next to this
I,
team.
I know this is a tough matchup, obviously. Hackett Hadley, probably the tallest team we've seen in Rec past 4 years, but definitely need some more scoring out of Martin. And then, I mean, you guys can just talk about Hackett.
I mean, honestly, Andy, your throne has been taken away. Jared is the most entertaining basketball player in this
wow.
rec league.
Ooh, I take that to heart.
Did you see his sellies? Did you see his sellies?
Why was he celebrating?
He-
They're down-
he-
Why was
he
he
was-
celebrating? They're
he
down by
was-
20 the whole
No,
game.
exactly. That's why I was even better.
Paint the
He was
picture,
down
Nick.
by. He was down by 20.
Wow.
He gets a fast break layup, 1-on-0. Nobody. He points to me, goes.
I'm sorry, I disagree with you. I think the best sellies in this game were McD. McD came
Oh,
out
yeah,
strong.
he
First
came out-
quarter, 2 threes, was flying the airplane on wide open threes that he happened to like bank in, I'm pretty sure.
No, first
No. They were legit. They were
were legit
One of them
threes?
was, the second one was like a swish.
Oh, wow.
But
Impressive.
as he told me, he never scored again the rest of the time. But hey, you know what?
Big shout out to
doesn't-
Connor McDermott.
He doesn't need to, though. Look at this. I mean, Hackett had 22,
Yep.
T-Cash had 15, Hadley had 8. I mean, Connor could score -6 points.
Yeah, honestly, back
to
to your point about Andy losing his throne. I think we played way too tense. I didn't see a single celly at Andy.
But you guys were down. You guys were trying to
Still,
lock in.
the
Andy's
Selly
gotta
never
play
stopped
Yes,
by loose.
guys,
Yeah.
that is why they lost, because they were too tense.
No, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Big shout out to Connor McDermott.
Should we
I
glaze?
said don't let Connor McDermott get on the first episode.
I don't think
They wanna
Hackett
get
needs
hot.
the glaze.
Should-
They know who they
Those
are.
are big threes, though,
Hey,
because that
I
set
mean-
the tone.
Yeah.
Because he hits those 2 threes, and they're like, man, that's their 5th best
But
score, and he just hit 2 threes in a row on us, and now we're down by 20.
It's like when
Man,
you
I would just quit. I would just
exactly. It's like if we can't stop Connor, we're not gonna be able to stop Hackett. or
I'd sub
Hadley.
myself out, and I just walk right to my car.
But
and
I have a
get
question. Do we think any team can stop this height on
no.
Hackett Hadley? I mean, like 22
you
out of
can.
Hackett,
You
15
can.
out of T-Cash, 8 out of Hadley?
No.
Like,
You can.
So I talked to T-Cash
There's
about
ways
his
to do it,
15.
but it's hard. Oh, sorry, Jay.
I talked about T-Cash about his 15. He said that he had 8 straight points in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, and then got pulled out after an 8-0 run single-handedly. So I think that T-Cash had 7 real buckets, points. Well, obviously it's a real bucket, but it's more of a garbage time.
Hey, what's on the box score is on the box score.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And
But
what isn't on the box
Hackett's
score is
22. I'd say probably 16 of those points were fast break, which
That's-
it's a part of the
his
game.
part of the
That's his
game.
It's a
That's
part of
his
the game
game,
plan.
bro.
Height wins in rec.
Oh.
Time and time again, height wins in rec.
Yeah, but I saw a lot of T-Cash and Hadley throwing the outlet passes to Daniel.
Yeah.
Daniel doesn't even look. The shot goes up, he's gone.
Yep.
And I think teams need to take that into account when they're ain't game plan against this Hackett team.
Yeah, definitely.
You gotta play
for sure.
fast. You gotta box out against
I
them.
mean,
You can't miss.
me and Simon
It
were
better be a
probably-
big miss.
Me and Simon were probably the biggest anti-Martins, I think. And they just didn't
Yeah,
show up.
I was kinda high on this team.
They didn't show up.
I was kind of high on this team, and now I'm thinking, man, I regret. I mean,
Listen.
what happened?
I think
it's
this team they're not going to be. They're going to be the bottom. I think they can beat some
think
of
they'll
our
be bottom.
our lower teams. And by some of them, I mean like one probably Calderoni.
I mean, that was a very. I watched the
So
first.
I could see him at like 11.
Because I watched.
No,
I watched. Let's just say
No, but
I
the
watched the
thing
first
is-
quarter, and that was a very uninspiring performance. I mean, it was nonchalant, and it's the 11th. It's not the 9 a.m. game. It's the 11:30 game. Just very
Yo,
nonchalant
Max,
and just.
They gonna have
casual.
fun?
They're gonna have a great. I hope you guys.
Max, I didn't
Don't
see
look
any,
at the score. Don't look at the score. Do not look at who you're playing. Just have fun.
Max, I didn't see the cheeseburger come out at 11:30.
I had a shout out to Ben Freeberg. He actually ran to Dunkin' and got me a nice donut. So,
wow.
Shout out to Ben, bro.
donut.
Shout out
yeah,
to
after
Ben.
the
That's
nice
freaky.
post-game donut after.
Okay.
On the house?
Shout out to Freaky Freeberg for that one.
I
Yeah.
the
asked
house?
him that actually.
No, it wasn't on the house, but I don't care. It was like what are the donuts now? Like $3?
No.
$3?
What are they?
That's a stretch. Maybe like $1.99.
Yeah.
All right, back to basketball.
Oh, I got
I remember back in the
I got
day,
fleeced then.
like 106 with tax.
All right, back to basketball. Back to basketball. We're done
Inflation's
with
pretty
this.
bad, man.
All right, Max.
a lot of
this is
foods like that.
inflation
You go to
factor.
you go to
Max,
McDonald's.
nobody
it's-
asked
Okay,
about
we
your
understand.
donut in
We
this
understand about your
economy?
All right,
McDonald's.
we understand, Simon. Be quiet. Meyer Calderoni. Meyer takes it by 20, but more importantly, He-Man, congratulations on finishing your first ever Recball game. Mr. Meyer,
Round of
made
applause.
this
I
very
had to give round of applause. Only 3 fouls.
Only 3. So, props to you. And then also Arnov. Knock it down. I'm pretty sure 5 threes.
Arnov is
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
I was on the bench. So the game started off a 22-3 run.
Right.
Yep. And
No shocker.
Team Calderoni was in complete shock, right? They came
Shambles.
shambles. They came up the court, turned the ball over maybe 5 possessions in a row, right?
How are they?
Ali
they
kind of
weren't
got to a little
shocked.
quick
They weren't
start at the
shocked.
beginning. I mean, he wasn't really like high up on the stat sheet, but you know, he contributed stuff to the game that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, right? He was playing defense, he was picking people up full court, right? But I feel like this game obviously just goes to Owen Fiedler, right? As long Arnov had been, Owen Fiedler was getting, Owen Fiedler was getting every single bucket that he could, right? He was bringing it on all 3 levels. He was shooting threes, he was getting layups, free throws, he was doing it all, right? He was playing defense, right? There was a point in time where he sat out for like 10 minutes because they were just beating them so badly. And he had 18, right? Imagine if he played the whole game. And also Arnov and Ben. Ben came out and hit 2 threes in a row and a mid-range in a row. This kid was going crazy. He was on fire. And same with Arnov. Arnov probably hit 2 corner threes and one like on the kind of the wing. The whole gym was going ecstatic, right? There was no answer for them. Team Calderoni had a late to adjust. I was in their huddle. They were talking about like mostly just trying to get Jimmy Kaminsky in the loop a little bit, but they were doing a very, very good job of keeping out of the paint, and Jimmy wasn't getting his rebounds as he should, right? So this game was obviously like a lopsided game. Team Calderoni was, obviously at the disadvantage here.
Yeah.
Jordan Lassoff, 10 points, leading scorer of their team. There's not really anything too impressing about this team. I know first game still. I feel like Max, this is the team that's have a good season, have fun, right?
See you in Cancun, guys.
Yeah, see you in Cancun. I can see this team replacing number 12 seed. I think that they could be the worst team in the
this
league.
team is no doubt the worst
But-
team in the league.
I mean,
No doubt.
yeah. And they
Especially
were,
after Tremblay.
yeah. And
Yeah.
there was probably maybe 20 turnovers this game. There's not really a primarily ball handler that can take care of the ball and be able to pass the rock out to any of their shooters. So they have to kind of establish who the main point guard on this team is, and then they have to kind of get Jimmy in the loop more and use his size as there was the number 1 pick, and he's probably one of the biggest kids in the league. So this team has a lot to work on. But I feel like if they can get into their playbooks and have a better team chemistry, I feel like that they can play these better games and not lose by like 20.
I mean, I think, just looking at the box score, I think the one issue for Team Calderoni is Jordan's their leading scorer.
Yeah.
The chosen one.
that's the
I'm not
chosen
surprised. That's the
I don't
chosen
think
one.
any
Put some respect on his name.
Team in
that
Recball
is
is going to be good with
the
Jordan Lassoff as their top
chosen
scorer.
one.
All respect to Jordan Lassoff. Great guy. Love him. Just don't know if he can
That's
be a
the
leading
chosen one
scorer.
you're talking about.
I agree with you, Simon.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But they have nothing else, so.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, just for me, it's just that 2-3 just it was unstoppable. They just couldn't get by it. I mean, Will Lake. I mean, kind of. For some reason, the student section was not a big fan of Will Lake.
Chirping. A
And
lot of chirps.
So a lot of chirping on
For
Will
no
Lake.
reason at
St.
all.
John's
No
native,
reason.
probably. It's because
No
he's a
reason.
St. John's kid.
But if
Nice guy, though.
Will Lake
Yeah.
maybe he's actually I watched him play. He's a pretty good basketball player. I mean, I feel like if he steps up, maybe gets like averages 15 a game, that could be something.
It's more about
Maybe-
patience.
maybe-
He's got to
lose.
take over, though.
Yeah.
The ball's going to be in his hand.
Yeah, it's more about patience. I mean, in the game, there was like some clumsy turnovers he had because he was pushing the ball up too fast on a 1-on-4, and you had Ali Imran, one of the best defenders in the league, backed up by like let's say Owen Fiedler, get a steal and go push out on the break. That's where they lost a lot of their points on fast break points because they weren't taking care of the ball at all. And I feel like Will, he's a good ball handler, and if he just takes it a lot slower and uses the screens with Jimmy, I feel like he'll be fine.
All right, let's move on. So that was the games for week 1. Now getting into week 2.
Oh, wait. Do we want to give our dog of the week? Our unanimous dog of the week?
Unanimous dog of the
Yeah,
week.
let's talk about the week.
AJ, that's all.
First
you
award handed out
It
this
will
year.
not be me.
Yeah.
Go for it.
No, you
All right,
announce
you
it
want
now.
me-
No, this is
Alright,
this
go
is
for it,
AJ.
announce
this.
Co-host.
Our dog of the week was Dhruv Shenoy.
I'm glad.
I mean, I think this speaks for itself. I'm in a big upset, Team Tremblay over Team Tarzia.
It wasn't an upset.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. I did say it wasn't actually.
You called. You even said Tarzia was
It's
going
all
to
right.
win though.
But Drew, great player, played amazing.
spread.
A lot of steals, a lot of rebounds, blocks, gave it his all. I think it's clear. I think it's obvious. Drew, dog of the week, week 1 of Recball.
Yeah.
All over the court. I
Yep.
mean, he's diving on the ground, getting steals, getting rebounds, fast break layups. I mean, Drew. I think it was cut and clear that you deserved this
Yep.
award this
It was
week.
the difference in the game. They were getting extra possessions because of Drew,
Yep.
getting boards and all that stuff. Able to get Tremblay to take more shots than Team Tarzia did.
Yeah.
Sure.
And
So
Drew-
now, Dhruv, gotta defend your title. Heading into the next week. So in the 9 o'clock slot, bright and early, we got Martin versus Breen.
Okay.
And I think both these teams are gonna have a blast in this game. I was gonna say this might be 30-20, but I got Martin. I got Mikey Koo stepping up. He's gonna have a great game. I think it's gonna be a nice entry. I don't know who's gonna guard him, and I think that he can definitely get to his spots and knock down some shots.
Yeah, I mean, I think this game is the week 1 disappointment bowl.
Oh.
The 2 most disappointing teams, in my opinion, in week 1. The 2 teams that came out flat. I mean, someone's got to get a win. I'm gonna take Team Martin in a very close, low-scoring game.
Definitely.
It's gonna come down to free throws. It's gonna come down to layups, and I think Martin's gonna win. It's gonna be like 34 to like 20 something. Like
Yeah,
that
I think
type
we all
of
can all
score.
agree that it's gonna be a
like
low-scoring
that type
game.
of game. But it's the disappointment bowl for sure.
I agree. I mean, I think Team Martin's definitely going to come out with this one. I think Team Martin has some potential, though. I think Mikey
Yeah.
can get hot.
They have a bigger ceiling.
I think Jared can get hot. I think this team could potentially drop 40 to 50, but I don't see Breen Tesoro going over 35.
they have a higher ceiling.
Breen, do not do me wrong again. I'm taking you in week 2.
Wow. Wow.
I think you guys are going to turn it around. You got Danny T next week. I think this is probably the lowest scoring game we're going to ever be in Recball history.
Oh.
I think the Breens, the
Single
Breens
digits?
are. I
Single
think
digits?
I think Team Breen is going to lock down. I mean, we forget Hilfinger had 10 points in the first half. That's like one of the best offensive teams in the league, and Breen shut him down to like 10 points, something like that in the first half. And no offense, Martin, you're not as good as Hilfinger. So I just think Team Breen, they're going to lock them down. I think they score enough points to win this game, just barely. I see like a 29-28 victory right here. Okay.
Esther, I hope you
29.
can get your first bucket of the season, buddy.
Yep.
You got to
We'll be
step
rooting
up.
for you,
I'm
Esther.
watching. You better step up.
You got
Esther.
this, man.
You and Dan are
Shooter's
tied.
gonna
you
shoot.
and Danny T are tied right now, actually.
And you know who's in the lead? He-Man's in the lead.
Oh, 2 points. That's
He-Man-
true.
No, I think he had 4.
Heem's
4
out.
points.
Hey,
He-
Heem's outscoring Nesta. He's already got him in one thing.
With the match, I just want to say one more thing. So, Simon, you said Jared's one of the most entertaining players in the league, right?
yeah.
So, on this team, right, with the matchup, who do you think on Team Breen will pick up Jared? If you say he's one of the most talented, has the deepest bag, entertaining kids in the league, who Who do you think on that team will
I
guard
think
him?
Tim will.
Yeah, I think
Tim?
someone.
You think they're gonna put their bigger guy on Jared?
Well, they're so big, dude. Will, Danny T, Ben Freeberg, they're so big they can afford Tim Breen to guard
Yeah.
him.
Okay.
Or they might
I'll-
stick Ben,
yeah.
honestly. On it.
Yeah, I also can see Ryan Bentley as a good matchup against Tim. You know, I feel like the length will be there. Tim's obviously their leading scorer. They're probably going to game plan against him.
Yeah.
I feel like that if Tim can't get the bucket in and he's getting face guarded or he's getting taken out of all the plays, it's going to be a tough team.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough game for this Breen
Yeah.
team over here.
Yep.
I
Too
don't think
early
you have
for
to
me to go
game
to it.
plan against either one of these teams. I don't think you need a game plan going into playing against Martin or Breen. I don't think that any player on Martin or Breen is going to drop 20 points.
So who do you have, Al?
You know, start of the season, I was riding Team Breen out, but after last game, I'm going with Martin Bentley.
Switching up in week 1.
Yeah, switching
Crazy.
up in week
All right,
one.
next game. We got Tarzia versus Hackett. I'm going to leave my bias out of here and just let you guys talk. I think that we're going to come back. I'm not guaranteeing us a win. I guarantee that we'll play better.
All right, I think I'm going to speak for this entire panel. Team Hackett is winning this game. I don't think this is up for dispute. I think Team Tarzia, maybe if they get hot from 3, hit like 35 threes in this game, they have a chance
All right,
of winning.
that's absurd.
But I think that Team Hackett is just going to overwhelm. I think this is the worst matchup for Team Tarzia. It's height versus
Yeah.
height.
I'm gonna keep this nice and short. I've already taken my shots at AJ and all his team. I'm gonna keep this nice and short. Team Hackett's gonna win by 1 million. This is gonna be the biggest blowout.
Remember the last time you said they were going to win by 1 million? What
Hey,
happened,
we'll
Max?
see.
Well,
All right, that's why we play the game.
this is
That's
gonna
why
be
we
the
play
biggest
game.
blowout of the week in my opinion. I mean, Team Tarzia stands no chance against this team.
What time is this
no
game?
chance.
What time is this game?
It's at 9 a.m.
Yeah, everybody sleep
in the
in.
Leduc.
Sleep in.
Sleep
I will
in.
not
That's a
be in
bold take.
attendance.
I will wake up at 10
All right, so you guys said it was unanimous. I think
to
we're
a
moving on to the next game.
Facebook post that says Team
Nick,
Hackett
you said it was
75,
I'm rooting
Team
for you,
Tarzia
though.
10.
Like, I'm not a hater. I mean, you and Andy are my guys, man. Like, I'm rooting for you guys.
You guys
I-
have unanimous, so
I-
let's talk about
Again,
Hackett team.
I'm not rooting against you too. I hope you have fun.
Oh my God.
Max,
All right, enough.
just wait till we get 11:30. You're going
Let's
to be in
move on.
Cancun.
Let's move on.
11:30. I'll see you in.
All right, Hilfinger Snow. We got Hilfinger in a landslide. I think they're going to win by a lot more than they did this time. I think their scoring's going to come around, and they still scored like almost 50 points.
Max,
Without David doing much.
Max, what's going to be a bigger blowout? Tarzia Hackett or Hilfinger Snow?
Oh,
All right,
Tarzia
let's not
Hackett.
rile
No
them
doubt.
up. Let's not
No
rile them
doubt.
up.
Team Snow. I mean, Team Snow put. It's gonna be.
He tried to. His answer is Snow.
It's gonna be a blowout. Team Hilfiger, another blowout here, but
Yeah.
Team Snow.
Another one.
Yeah. So I think it's just a good team versus
You'll
a
get
not
some.
great
You'll get
team.
some. Team Snow will get some buckets though.
I want to see Camden develop.
They put the
He said
work
he
in
missed
on
some
us in
nice
the first half.
layups, a few fast break layups.
Yeah.
I want to see him develop.
Yeah.
So they can.
Also, all
come
those
back
kids
for
are
next
friends.
week.
You know, it'll be like a good game.
All right,
They'll have
Max.
fun,
They,
whatever.
they still have to play the game. Not
I know.
everybody's
It's,
here just
Team
like,
Hilfinger's gonna win big, I think, but
Yeah.
If you have fun, you won.
All right.
Snow
All right.
2024.
Moving on to the next game, we have Calderoni last. Alec, kick us off with your team, Calderoni.
Team Calderoni, we have to make a lot of improvements from last week.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of improvements. I don't know when they practice, but they gotta work a lot in practice. They gotta be able to get Jimmy the ball in the post a lot. But other than that, I don't see them coming out with the victory.
Do you think there's a path to victory in this game? Or
I don't think there's a path to victory. I feel like there's a lot of kids on this team that are ahead of themselves, have big egos, right? I feel like they all want to score, but no one wants to play as a team. You know, like we said, Jordan Lassoff, leading scorer last game, kind of says a lot. I feel like that since he'll have a high head because he was the leading scorer, I feel like he's going to come out shooting and it's not going to go well. So I got Team Last in this one.
I think this game's going to turn into a football game.
Oh.
Team Last versus Team Calderoni, two very physical teams. A lot of menaces on the court. Team Last will win though. I think because at the end of the day, talent wins, and you have a talented player in Joel who didn't have a good game last week. He's not going to have 2 bad games, I don't think. I'm going to take Team Last by. I'll go 15-20. It'll probably be
20 in Recball's a lot.
I think this is going to be like a
Well.
7 to 10 point game. I think it'll be
Yeah,
I think it'll
I
be a
agree.
solid game. I think it'll be close, but I think Team Last will
I'm
pull away.
going to add on to Max. I think this is going to be a Joel breakout game. I don't think anyone on Calderoni can guard Joel. I think
100%.
I think Joel's going to.
That's a great take.
Going to take off the rust. You know, he's going to go for 25.
It's going to be a long game though.
But
There's gonna be a lot of fouls.
they know what he's
Lot of
capable
fouls.
of, and I think
I don't-
Techie the plug, he can be menacing.
They-
Will Lake,
Joel,
Alvarado
Joel is
steals.
like 6'1", 6'2".
Wait, so Nick, who do you think on
Are you
Team
underestimating
Calderoni's in the
Techie the
matchup
plug?
against
Yes. I am.
Joel
Yes.
Lee?
It's a great question. Probably Lassoff. I mean, Lassoff probably is all for it.
Could you put
I don't
Jimmy on him
think
just because
that.
of height? But
No, I don't think that because
I say you put everybody on.
yeah,
him.
just
It's
5
just
on
going to
1.
be a tough match.
They also do have Logan Much.
tough one.
I mean,
to watch.
They can put him.
I feel like Logan Much would be a better matchup on Joe.
I
because
think so.
Logan has a
Yeah,
great
yeah, I
agility because he's a
agree.
football
I agree.
player.
Yeah.
He's
All right,
strong. He
all
knows how
right,
to play
yeah.
defense, but
Yeah.
I can see them just picking up a bunch of fouls.
I mean, I think they know obviously that they have to stop Joel, but I just don't think knowing that will be enough. I think Joel is just too good. I think Joel's going to come out and have a great game.
Yeah, I think this game is worth like 10 minutes of our time. Moving on to 11:30. Max, grab your popcorn. The real show is going to talk over here, and then we'll kick it over to you. We have Lombardo Cespedes in the big gym. I have Cespedes by as many points as they can score. I don't see Max scoring
Why is
over
that? Why is
15
that?
points. Cespedes knows how to guard you. The last time you were put in a box and won, you were scary sight. Colleges don't want to see it.
The last time you played in a rec game.
Max, not yet. You'll get your time to speak.
Grab it, keep eating your popcorn. You'll love
I
it.
was eating my popcorn Sunday at 10:15.
All
last
right,
week.
all right.
Oh my god.
Okay, I mean,
Good thing I play at 9.
enough.
No, last week.
Enough out of
last
you
week.
two.
Last week.
All right,
All
I
right.
think Team Cespedes will win this. I think by like 15, 10 to 15. I think
Bump
that
it up.
I think that big three is really strong. I don't think they can match that. I don't think. I think actually the guard play on Team Cespedes is better than the guard play on Team Lombardo.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna speak. I mean, AJ, you're a little biased. I know you want to just
Got a little beef here.
got a little beef here.
I will be
But
watching this game and I will be cheering. Cespedes, if you have a spot on the bench, I will be there.
I'm just Max. I mean, I've been a Lombardo hater, but I'm gonna continue hating on Lombardo. You guys,
Again, this team is named Lombardo. We have no hate towards Mr. Lombardo. We only have our hate towards Max.
Cespedes is giving y'all the work, bro. I'm not even gonna. Cespedes is gonna. Be
Rahul wasn't even their top scorer.
Thoughts out?
That's gonna change.
I'm going with the whole table. Their defensive backcourt is just too good for the team. Like I said, Max, your team is losing by at least 15.
All right.
Wait, Max, I want to hear his thoughts.
Let's give him the
though.
Max,
floor.
I feel like I
We'll give him the floor.
I sense some
one minute.
karma here.
You
I
have
mean,
one
you've been
minute.
talking.
Give him
You've been
45
talking a lot.
seconds.
You've been talking
All right,
crazy
Max,
on this show.
45
I am-
seconds. Go.
No, I don't
watching
need
the
it. I don't need it.
downfall.
We
Bro's
will
posting
see you.
up, Brent.
We will see you.
No, you're not doing that.
We
You're
will
not
see
doing
you
that.
on Sunday.
You're not doing
Wow.
that. You're not doing that.
We'll see you
Give
on
an
Sunday.
analysis.
Max,
Max.
Give your
nobody's going
analysis.
to this game.
I know you want to say
You just
something.
said you were going to
against
sit on the
us.
bench.
I know you want to say something.
Why do you think your team's gonna win?
I didn't say that. I said see you on Sunday.
So you think you're going to lose?
Stop
I
being a
don't think we're gonna
politician,
lose.
bro.
I don't think we're gonna lose.
So you think you're gonna win?
I will see you on Sunday.
Wow.
Wow.
Max.
Might as well just make this a 4-person panel. Honestly.
Yeah.
Max.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Max, genuine thoughts. Or you're
Okay,
off the
all right,
podcast
fine.
next week.
Here we go.
Give us your thoughts.
I'm off the podcast. All right. I think our team. We had a great second half last week. We're gonna ride that momentum. We're gonna get Coway's gonna be physical. Andrew's gonna get his buckets. I'll get my buckets. I think Luke's gonna have a big game, and I think we'll be right where we need to be.
So you come out with the win.
Why do you want me to? Sure. Yes, I think my team's gonna win. I play to win the game. I think my team's gonna win. Every time I go on the court, I think my team's gonna win.
Why were you trying to avoid it then so
he
much?
sounds pretty
You
hesitant.
genuinely don't think
Because I don't want to be like, oh, we're gonna win. Like AJ did that last week. He's like, oh, we're gonna win by whatever. And then
I never said that.
AJ standard keeps
I went the
going.
PR route because I was not sure, and we definitely.
and that's what I did. That's what I'm trying to do. But they won't let me do that.
But at least I talked about the game.
I just did.
After we
Good
force
job.
you to do it.
All right, good work.
Good job,
Good work.
Max. Good job. All right, shall
See you on Sunday.
Our last game of the week, we have Tremblay Meyer. I'm gonna kick it off. Hot take, Team Tremblay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Elite,
don't
Elite
hate it.
scored 5 points. Like, come on.
I think you guys are
Varsity
getting.
play.
I think
Wait,
you guys are getting a little.
wait,
carried
never
away.
mind. I'm actually gonna spin back on this.
I think you guys are getting
Yeah.
a little carried
Oh, yeah.
away a little bit.
I'm not.
I think you're saying that just a little bit because you lost to them last week.
I
Just a
want
little
to
bit.
see them win. So we can.
So you don't look as
So
bad.
people. Yes, exactly. So they're a better team.
No,
that
but
people
no,
give them credit for.
no. I will give. I'm gonna give them the flowers. They look pretty good, but I just don't think Meyer's a great team, bro.
Meyer's a
I
good team.
just don't
It's a
think
bad matchup.
I
It's
just
They
bad
played
matchup.
against Calderoni.
Yeah, no, but
This
what was
is
the
not a
score of the
fair
Calderoni
representation.
Meyer game?
upperclassmen
What was the
versus
score of the
underclassmen,
Calderoni
pretty
Meyer
much.
game?
61, 41.
They put up 61 points
61-41.
with Owen Fiedler on the bench for half the game.
Yeah, that's
like,
great.
They also scored.
Yeah.
They didn't pull out the ball in garbage time. They're
I
still
know,
pushing it. Get
but
team at this
still,
point.
they-
Still,
They're
oh,
always
yeah,
had at
offensive
least 8 of his
firepower
players.
me,
is enough
yeah.
to beat any team in this league.
Yeah. I mean,
Arnov is not going to
That's
have
15
the same
points
day
a quarter.
again. He's not going to have 5
Oh,
wide
please. They're
receivers.
consistent. Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
doesn't
He-
know
can I get my take? So I
He does
originally
his job.
I jumped on the Team Tremblay like when we said it, but like I'm actually taking it. I think Team Tremblay is a good team, but I think Team Meyer is actually one of the most underrated
Yeah,
teams in Recball right
100%.
now.
No, not underrated. I think we all agree they're
This
top
team
four,
can
at
shoot.
least.
This team can play defense. This team can flat out play basketball.
depth.
Yes.
They have
depth.
basketball
They
players
have
on this
depth.
team. Ben Bartlett, I think he's going to keep getting his buckets.
Exactly.
Arnov's going to keep hitting his open threes.
They're not
Owen's
gonna be
going to get his
open,
buckets, and I
though.
think Ali's going to have a little game.
And
Yeah,
Will Edinburgh's
Ali
a smart
won't have
player
that bad
too.
of a game again.
Will Edinburgh, they're all
I think
basketball
Myers is a
players.
good team.
And they have great chemistry. That's what worked out against them in the Team Calderoni game. They all played with each other. That's why they got to that lead so early, and they were able to keep riding that wave until the end of the game. So I think that they will actually come out.
It'll be
this way.
close, though.
Look,
I don't think we can take anything from the Team Calderoni game. Like, it was a joke. They were laughing on the court. Will Lake was like
But they
trying
had-
to steal it from behind. Like, that game was a joke.
But they had
it was
perfect
so fun to
execution
watch.
coming out of the jump, though. They had perfect execution coming out of the jump. I don't care what team it is. They played their game and they played together.
Team Myers going to win this game because they're just the better team. Team Tremblay, all the credit to you for that win last week, but Team Myers going to win because they're the better team and they're the better scorers. So.
Yeah.
I mean, this was just a terrible matchup week 2. I mean, yeah, I thought you guys were going to carry out the momentum and possibly get a dub against maybe like 90% of the 90% of the league, but I just don't think you come out and beat Meyer. Meyer looked too good. I mean, they're just top to bottom, their roster looks elite, and elite didn't have a good game. So
Ali claimed he wasn't trying, which
he
I don't
did
know.
claim
If,
he wasn't trying. Yeah.
and then
but-
the fan section was telling him go get a bucket, and he failed. So
He did what
Gotta
he
step it up, Ali.
call. Wake up call. I
He
just
did
put
what
up
he needed
the
to
hall.
do, though.
Come on.
They were up by 20 the whole
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
But still 5 points.
He'll lock in when he needs to.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our prediction. Dog of the week. Talk to me.
I'm going to go with Ali. I'm
Okay.
going to go with Ali.
That's a good
I
take.
actually love that
That's a
take.
good
I
take.
I'm
like
going to
that.
go with Ali. That's right on topic. I think he's going to be the dog of the week.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to kind of be lame, but I'm going to just go with what Max thinks. I agree with that take. I think Ali's going to have a great game. I think he's going to, he's a very competitive player. I think it's going to come out, and I think he's going to just be a dog, really.
Yeah, be dog.
Give me Julian. Give me Julian against Max. I think he's gonna step up. He knows what he has to do. He'll swat you every single time you drive.
Man, you are so mad right now. You are so mad right now.
All right, Nick.
You just want me to be
Max.
sunk down to your level. of losing last
enough,
week.
Max.
You want to take me down with you?
Does the dog of the week necessarily have to win? Do you have to get the dub?
I don't think so.
No.
Because I think Mauricio is actually going to be my dog of the week. Because
He's on AJ's team.
no, I think Hackett's going to blow out Tarzia. But that's why
That's
I
what
asked.
I mean.
That's why
That's why
the
you
question.
asked.
So, but I just think Mauricio is going to have to step up because as a big, Mauricio's not really a big, but he's going to have to step up against Hadley, T-Cash, and I think he's up for the challenge. I think he's actually going to do a good job on those guys. I think he's going to be all up in them, stop them from scoring. All right, bro. And then, yeah, I just think it's going to be Mauricio.
So my dog of the week, it's kind of like hypocritical for me to say this because I've been bashing on this team the whole episode, but from Team Calderoni, Logan Much. I feel like Logan Much will have a good game.
You think he's locking down Joel?
Yes, that's
their
why I'm
only
giving him
chance.
dog of the week. He's a hard worker. I feel like that if he plays his right game against Joel, I'm not saying they're going to win, but I'm going to say that he could hold Joel to maybe an amount of points that we don't think they would have.
The opportunity's there.
Exactly, the opportunity's there. I feel like it's kind of a sleeper pick. We don't really look at like Team Calderoni dogs of the week besides like how we've been going through like Team Breen and stuff. But I feel like Logan can have a good defensive game.
For sure.
Dare we say Drew defends his title and goes back to back?
It's
And gets
possible.
Bleier?
I think it's possible.
I think it's possible.
I think it's possible.
I think it's gonna boost him, and he'll be ready to go. He can definitely lock down Ali. I think it'll be a good defensive matchup if they guard each other, because they can both score and they both defend very well with a lot of heart. But that wraps up our game recap and our previews for the next week. The games are on Sunday, starting at 9 o'clock and end at 11:30, or the last game begins at 11:30. Well, we'll see you there in the Westborough High School gym. Have a nice day and stay tuned for our next episode.
Okay, cut.
That was a very hostile full court press.
Max came
Is
after
there
me.
underlining beef, bro? You
Bro,
guys
he
all
came after
good?
you.
You guys
I think
okay?
for like the first.
Oh,
when we went like this,
off the
when we went like this,
podcast,
I
you
didn't look
guys
at the
chill?
camera.
No, it's for the AJ. It's for the click. Come on.
I think for the first maybe 15 minutes, I said maybe 4 words. I was just listening to him.